President, thank you so much. Two questions, if you don't mind, Mr. President. First of all, Kamala Harris, you've been very blunt about how you feel about her mean, nasty, mad woman. Biden now saying...
No, I haven't been blunt. I said she treated Joe Biden worse than anybody else. I watched those debates. They were very boring, but they were debates nevertheless. And I watched, pretty good parts of them. And she treated Biden worse than anybody else by far. There was nobody, including Pocahontas, nobody treated Biden so badly as Kamala.
Well, let me ask you this then. Do you have an issue with a strong woman of color being in this presidential race? Do you
None whatsoever.
You don't see her as a threat?
As you know, none whatsoever. No, not at all.
Thank you, Mr. President. And a stimulus question, if you don't mind. You have told me even before you were president, you always talked about being the ultimate deal maker. Why not just sit down with Democrats personally and cut a deal?
Because they want $1 trillion to go to their friends doing a bad job running certain cities and states that are doing very badly. Most of our country is running very well. Even in terms of crime, most of our country is setting records in terms of low. But when you look at Chicago, when you look at what's going on in Illinois and New York and other places, both economically and in other ways, it's horrible. It's horrible. Look at Oregon. Look what's going on in Oregon. I don't think they have a clue. We could stop that. If they would request it, we would stop that problem in 1 hour, like we did in Minneapolis. We would stop it in 1 hour. It would be over. It's so easy to do. All right, please, go ahead. In the back, please.
Alicia Powell at the Gateway Pundit. Yesterday, you announced a historic peace deal between Israel and the United Arab Emirates, and later in the day, Joe Biden tried to take credit for
I heard that. That was a beauty.
What's your
We
response?
announced the deal, and I appreciate it. Even the New York Times gave it great coverage and editorials today. Wall Street Journal, Washington Post, everybody was saying great. And this is something we've been working very hard on. And I saw where Sleepy Joe tried to claim credit for it. And I'm trying to figure out how that one works. No, what he did is they made a terrible deal with Iran. And the deal was a horror show, and I ended it. They gave him $150 billion for nothing. They gave him $1.8 billion in cash for nothing. They got nothing from that deal except trouble. They did